Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a 25-minute evening slow flow to calm yourself down from your day and come into your body so that you have an incredibly peaceful sleep. If you're doing this in the morning though, don't worry. It's still a great way to start your morning by connecting to your body and having an amazing stretch. So we're going to begin seated on our mat, wherever you find is comfortable, in whatever seated position is comfortable. From here, we're just going to gently reach our hands back a few feet behind us and open our chest. You can throw your head back if it feels good. If you're seated in a chair, just try to reach your hands behind the chair and allow your hands to meet behind you. Take one final inhale, and then on your exhale, walk your hands back towards the front of your body and just bring them together in front of your heart. Set an intention for your practice. And then when you're ready, come up onto your knees, curl your toes underneath if it feels comfortable, or leave them flat. And you're just going to take your right hand first and place it on your lower back. From here, push your hips forward and gently open your chest towards the sky in this gentle camel pose. Your left arm can be reaching towards the sky or gently falling beside you. When you're ready, gently push yourself back up and then just switch sides, placing your left hand on your lower back, opening the chest towards the sky while you reach the right arm up, opening the frontal body. Go ahead and release, come back up to neutral spine, and then place both hands on your lower back and open your chest towards the sky. This is a great way to stretch out the spine. Come back into a neutral spine and then inhale both hands up towards the sky. Grab onto your left wrist with your right hand and pull your body towards the right, opening the left side body. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, switch sides, opening the right side body. Again, inhale and come back to center, release your wrists, and clasp your hands behind your back. Open the chest once more towards the sky. Such a powerful stretch and pose. From here, we're going to move into a little flow. So exhale, bring your chest and your head down. Reach your clasped hands towards the sky over top of you. And then inhale, come back up, open the chest, throw the neck back. And then exhale, push the hips back and drop the chest down towards the ground. Moving through the spine here. Inhale once more, come back up, open the chest. And then exhale, sink your hips back down. And we're going to come into all fours pose. From here, let's move into some gentle cat-cow. Again, moving the spine, getting things warmed up. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, and exhale, draw everything inward. And now just move at your own pace, inhaling and exhaling as you move from the different poses, moving through your spine, exaggerating the movement, really getting that spinal fluid moving, and allow our bodies to feel really good in this moment. Once you finish your last round, just tuck your toes and send your hips back, coming into our toe posture. Now this can be really intense on the feet, so please come out of this posture by flattening out your feet if you need to. Go ahead and take your right hand and hold on to the right side of your head, opening up the left side of the neck. Just allow your left arm to relax beside you. And then gently switch sides by opening up the right side of the neck by grabbing onto the right side of your head with your left hand. Don't forget to breathe and remember to come out of this toe stretching posture if it is too much for you. Well done, you survived that. Go ahead and untuck your toes, pat out your feet on the ground, releasing the tension. And then gently send your hips back, coming into hero's pose. Spine is straight and just roll out the neck. Go from one side to the other, just allowing yourself to release everything you experienced today. Let it all go in your exhales. Come into a relaxed state where your body moves gently. From here, come into all fours, tuck the toes, and straighten the back legs to come into our first downward facing dog. Now we'll be here a moment, so if it's too much on your arms today, drop down into child's pose whenever you need to. We're going to pair our movement with our breath once more by inhaling, coming up onto our tippy toes, and exhaling, dropping our ankles down towards the ground. Again, inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, try to get those ankles to reach the ground. We're really getting into the calves here. Part of our body we rarely stretch, but does so much work throughout the day. So just try to allow those ankles to float towards the ground without pushing too hard. From here, go ahead and inhale your right leg up towards the sky, bend the knee and stack the hips, opening up the right side of the body and opening up that hip gently. Try to get that right foot to touch the right glute without pressing too hard. Go ahead and straighten out the leg and then drop it down towards the ground, coming into the other side. Lift the left leg up towards the sky, open the knees, stack the hips, and try to reach that left glute with your left foot. Excellent job. Go ahead and release that left leg now back down towards the ground and gently start to walk towards the front of your mat until your hands meet your feet. Let's inhale into a flat back and exhale, release it all the way down. Once more, inhale, flat back, hands on the ground or on the shins, and exhale, come into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale once more into a flat back, and then just send your left leg directly behind you, coming into a runner's lunge here. Keep the spine straight, the knee above the ankle, open your chest, hands on either side of your right foot, and just feel that stretch in the hip. From here, take your right hand and place it atop your right thigh, coming into a gentle spinal twist. Your right hand can reach towards the sky if it feels comfortable for you, stacking your shoulders, or just leave it resting on your right hip. From here, you're going to drop your left foot into a 45-degree angle, walk your right foot directly parallel with your hip, and open up into a side body stretch. Also working the obliques here. Open the side body. Allow it to feel good on the right side, reaching those right fingertips towards the front of the mat. And then on your exhale, just gently drop down, drop your hips towards the ground, and on your inhale, press them back up into that side body stretch. From here, drop the right hand and start to move that right foot back towards your hands. Straighten the right leg, bring your left leg a little bit closer, keeping it at a 45-degree angle, and come into our pyramid pose. If your right leg cannot stay straight here, just allow a slight bend in the knee, and remember to keep your spine straight, folding from the hips. Breathe into the right hamstring, and when you're ready, inhale up into a straight spine, bend the right knee, send the left leg a little bit further back into our runner's lunge, and then bring the hands on the inside of the right foot and heel toe the right foot towards the edge of the mat, finding our lizard pose. You can drop the left leg, flatten out the left foot, and you can either stay straight in the middle of your mat or walk your hands towards the left side to get a little bit of a side body stretch while we're also stretching our hips here. Inhale into the side body and the hip region, and exhale, release all that no longer serves you. Gently walk your hands back towards center, and let's find our low lunge posture, reaching our hands up towards the sky. Make sure you heel-toed that right foot back to the center of your mat. And then from here, keep our hands stretching with a slight bend in our back, opening the chest once more. And then we're going to find a gentle shoulder stretch in our low lunge. So what you're going to do is bring your hands behind you and clasp onto either elbow. This can be a challenge on your balance, so if you fall out of this pose, don't worry, just come right back into it. Opening the chest towards the sky, gaze is upwards. Bending into that knee to really get into the groin, hip region. Gently release your elbows, tuck your toes, lift your left leg, and then just walk your hands along the center to pivot yourself onto the other side of your mat, finding our crescent high lunge on the other side, and then stepping back into downward facing dog to reset. Amazing work. We are working 360 of our mat here. When you're ready, inhale your right leg forward, step your left foot forward until your hands meet your feet. Inhale into a flat back and exhale, fold. Once more, inhale, flat back, exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale into your flat back, you're going to step this time your right leg towards the back of the mat, coming into a high crescent lunge. Hands can remain on the mat as you open your chest forward. We're going to find that gentle twist once more. So go ahead and plant your right hand on the ground and take your left hand on top your left thigh, opening the chest towards the left side. You can stay here or reach your left hand towards the sky to further the stretch. From here, walk the left foot once more until it aligns with your hip. What I'm going to do here is just switch sides so you can see it better, but stay exactly where you are. So walk that left foot until it aligns with the left hip, and then reach the right arm over your head, stretching out the side body. Pardon me, the left arm is going to be stretching this time. So inhale once more, open the chest. Gentle squeeze in the obliques, and then exhale, release your hips down towards the mat. Once more, inhale, your hand reaches up, and then allow it to float back towards your other hand. Pivot the left foot back between your hands. Bring your right foot into a 45-degree angle, straighten both legs, and find pyramid pose. Bending from the hips, reaching the forehead towards the knee, really getting into the hamstring here. Inhale, find a flat back, and exhale, slide that left foot a little bit further forward to give yourself some room, and come into our lizard pose on this side. So heel toe the foot towards the edge of the mat, bring both hands inside the left knee, drop the right knee down towards the mat, flatten the right foot, and if it feels good, walk your hands towards the right corner of the mat. Finding a further stretch in the side body and in the hip region. Breathe into these areas of tension. And then slowly walk the hands back towards the left foot, coming back towards the middle of the mat. Heel toe the left foot back towards the center and find our low lunge, reaching our hands up towards the sky, pushing our hips forward to really get into the psoas. You can bring some movement into your shoulders by rotating them forward and back. And then when you're ready, grasp onto either elbow with both hands. getting a good shoulder stretch while we open the chest and the hip. A multi-stretch in this low lunge to get into all the areas where we hold the most tension so we can release it before we go to sleep. Go ahead and release the elbows, open the chest, and then plant the hands on either side of the left foot. Curl the toes, lift the right knee, and just step back into your downward facing dog. Find stillness in this dog, breathing into the body, allowing it to feel relaxing. And then what you're going to do is lift your right foot off the mat and send the right foot towards the front of the mat in between your hands. Pivot both feet until you find your wide-legged forward fold. From here, walk your hands towards the right foot, and again we'll get into the side body. Release the chest towards the ground, stretching into the hip and the shoulders. Go ahead now and pivot the right toes a little bit on an angle and bend the right knee. We're going to get even further into these areas of our body by getting into the inner thigh and really stretching it out. Go ahead and inhale, come back to center, and let's just switch sides here. So exhale, walk your hands towards the left side, keeping both legs straight at first. Surrender towards the ground. Pay attention to whether you're holding tension in the neck or if the shoulders are coming up towards the ears. And then allow those left toes to point outwards as you bend into that left knee, going even further into the inner thighs. Lengthen your exhales as we lengthen our bodies. Release the neck. And then come back into the center, straighten both legs. And we're just going to shift towards the right, coming into a high lunge. And just step that right foot forward to meet the left. Find our forward fold at the front of our mats. Come into ragdoll by grabbing onto either elbow and just release. From here, just plant your hands and gently find your way towards the ground. Come into a tiny little ball, squeezing your knees towards your chest. Go ahead and open the legs, grab onto the outside of the feet with either hands, finding our happy baby pose. You can rock from side to side if it feels good, massaging the lower back. And then just bring the feet together. Bring the knees towards your chest, giving yourself a hug. And then drop the knees first towards the right, coming into our supine spinal twist. Already start to feel restful as we lie down on our mats here, coming into our final stretches of our spine. Releasing pain, releasing negative self-talk, and just focusing on our breath as our mind starts to shut off, and then our body will follow. Heeding to the mind as we instruct the body to relax and find peace. Go ahead and bring the knees back towards center and then just drop them now towards the left side. Resting the left hand atop the left knee in order to give it a little bit of support. Stretch the right arm out to the side and look over your right shoulder as we bring healthy blood flow towards our organs that are preparing to repair and rest as we sleep tonight. Such an important part of our health and well-being is allowing our body to rest and do the work it needs to without the mind getting in the way or the busyness of the day. Let's go ahead and release the knees, bring them back to center, and we're just going to send our feet towards the sky. This is the legs up on the wall pose. And if you can't hold your legs using your core like I'm doing, then just actually scoot towards a wall and allow your legs to just suspend against the wall. This pose is especially helpful before you go to sleep. It calms the nervous system, lowers stress and anxiety, and increases blood circulation in the body. Elevates the venous drainage and relieves the tension and fatigue from our legs and feet that keep us obviously standing for most of the day. You can continue to hold this pose for as long as you want. You can even stay in this posture as we enter Shavasana, or you can join me by lowering your legs towards the mat and either having your legs straight out in front of you or coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly pose with our soles of our feet together and our knees opening to either side of our body. Resting one hand on our stomach and the other over our heart. Finding connection through all 7 chakras. Releasing our body on the ground. Reminding ourselves that we are held, and if it's called to you, you can repeat some affirmations. Positive thinking before we go to sleep is especially good for our mind and is proven to help prevent nightmares. So maybe think about a few things that went amazing today that made you feel really good. Or repeat to yourself that I am strong, I am worthy, I am healing, I am supported, I am light, I am calm, I am peace. If you're ready to exit Shavasana, go ahead and bring your knees towards your chest. Stretch your hands over top of your head, and then come to one side of the mat as you gently push yourself back up into a seated position that's comfortable for you. I will meet you in easy pose in the middle of our mats as we conclude class with just a few cleansing breaths. Go ahead and inhale your arms straight above your head until your palms meet, gathering the light and the energy as you bring it back down towards your heart. And once more, arms up, collecting all of the light you just cultivated around you and holding it within your palms and gifting it to your heart, our center. The light in me honors the light that exists in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for today's class. And while you're rolling up your mats, I encourage you to visit my description on this video and RSVP to my free yoga and meditation live classes I do on Facebook bi-weekly. This RSVP will allow you to receive email reminders to your email before it starts, with gratitude and love.